Guys, welcome to another episode of TraderScale Success Stories. Today we're here with Oden Makiwa. Did I pronounce that correctly?
Oh yes, that's perfect.
Perfect. All right, wicked. The good start then. You've achieved an impressive payout as part of our trading program, and in this interview, like I said before, guys, we're going to get the behind-the-scenes look at what it takes to thrive as a funded trader with us. If you're curious about the journey, challenges, and rewards, please stay tuned. So, tell us about how you're feeling today, sharing your story.
No, I'm feeling very good. It has been quite good, more than I expected. Yeah, so
Okay.
yeah, I'm
Good.
quite excited.
Good. So what inspired you to share your journey with us today? What was the reason behind you wanting to share your story?
I think it is because I know that a lot of people have gone through the same kind of experiences that I've gone through, where you have got a passion and you try and do trading, but using limited resources, using your own money, and without adequate leverage, it's very difficult to really make it.
Mate, it's so difficult. I agree with that.
I know the challenges and the struggles. That's why I thought it might be a good idea just to share my story. It might help somebody else out there.
That's great. I'd love to hear that. So exactly that, in terms of leverage, prop firms, we offer leverage, right? I was just saying to a couple of previous people that I've had on the interview, is like, you know, not a lot of people have access to hundreds of thousands to use. If you have got, a certain amount, traders tend to over leverage then and over risk, and then end up blowing up accounts, because they don't want to make £100 a month. They want to make maybe a couple of thousand, something that's like can maybe sustain them financially. So let's start with your background. Where are you from and what's your age?
Well, I live in the UK. 56 years old.
Okay.
And I do other businesses, and I've been trading on and off for quite a long time. I have not been doing it consistently, mainly because I didn't have the money to actually be investing and trading at the same time. So that's the main reason why I've not been doing it consistently. But ever since I came across TraderScale, the journey has been good.
Okay, good. That's definitely like to hear that. That's great. So how did you first discover trading? I know you said you obviously had other businesses, so that can sometimes be difficult. When you've got other things on your mind, like a lot of people start and they think, oh, well, trading's going to require me to do it full time. But I personally believe that you can do it on the side. And I think that's the best way to start personally. So how did you discover trading first?
Well, it was mainly through some friends who introduced me to it. And at the same time, while you are investing, you also don't want to put your money in one area, in one place.
Yeah.
So trading was one of the places where I thought, if you know what you're doing, if you learn, then you could, the potential to also make money there is also good.
100%. So did you have a specific moment that made you decide to pursue trading like more seriously, or is it just like, I'm just going to give it a try randomly?
Well, at the beginning, I could see the potential because I was using a very limited amount of money, but it's still making small profits. So I didn't pursue it seriously because of the amount of money that I was making. I was profitable, but not like life-changing amounts of money. But then one day I was on YouTube. I came across somebody talking about TraderScale, just like I'm doing. And then I started listening. I started talking to other people, researching about the funded accounts. And once I got to know what it entails and everything, then I just thought, okay, let me give it a try. Actually, what had happened previously is I had managed to get a funded account with a different prop firm. Things didn't go very well. I'm not sure. Am I allowed to share my experience?
You can share your experience with another firm if you want.
I won't mention names.
Well, we can bleep out the name if you want. But
I won't mention names. But the experience was not great.
Right.
What I have found out with the TraderScale is like all the rules, the terms and conditions are very clear, very transparent. You know exactly what you're getting into. You know what you're going to get, and I mean, it's like the platform itself is very easy to use. The whole process, the authentication, the identification,
Yeah.
setting up your payout account. The whole process is very clear, very
Yes.
easy to follow. You don't need anyone else
Yeah.
to help with that.
So
You actually do it yourself.
I actually think that we are probably one of the smoothest in terms of payout process,
Yeah.
in terms of getting set up, getting the dashboards very clean. It gives you the right tools to thrive essentially. Actually, you took the words right out of my mouth. I was going to say, how was the platform and how did you find the level of support you received? But you've already answered that question, so I'm going to move on to the next one now. Let's talk about your payout. You successfully secured a payout, or maybe two. I'm not 100% sure, but what was the final payout in the end amount?
Well, I would talk about my first payout.
Okay.
It's like you can imagine from coming from a background where maximum amount that I've made of £200 here,
Yeah.
$200 there,
Yeah.
to finally make my first payout after 30 days of trading of 4,000. That was really good.
Oh, nice. That's a big one. Yes.
Yeah. So,
Great.
well, from then on, I mean, it's like one of the features that I really like as well. And I'm constantly on there looking, is the leaderboard.
Yes.
So it's like the whole of last week I was like the number one.
Yeah. So you got
And
that. You got that competitive edge in you. Okay, I like that. I like that.
And that's what I like about the dashboard that you have, because it's like very clear, very easy. And even if you want to check about are people really getting payouts, you can check all the payouts, the recent payouts that have been made.
Yeah.
You can actually see how much other people are getting. So it's like quite exciting. It's quite inspiring. You actually feel like, yeah, there's something here. I'm missing out. I want to do more. So yeah, it's quite good.
100%. We like to show people that you've got to be as transparent as possible at the end of the day, and we have the thing where you can see the payouts going through and the speed and how everything's moving. And it is quite something. Like we are, I'd say, one of the finest in the industry at that. Without tooting our own horn here, well, I think we're probably one of the best at that. So again, like you took the words right out of my mouth. I was going to ask you about the dashboard and the process, but you've just said that you really like that. So where were there? Can you walk us through your experience during the challenge? And are there any rules that you really like and you think is quite fair?
Yeah, I mean, the consistent rules, quite fair. I mean, it's just standard industry process. I mean, passing the challenge. I mean, if you already know what you are doing.
Yeah.
I mean, and it's quite fair. The challenge was, if you know what you're doing, yes, it's easy to pass the challenge. Well, not easy, but yes, it's doable. If you can do it.
Yeah.
And the affordability as well of the challenge. It's quite affordable, and if you're already a trader and you know what you're doing, you get all your money back in no time.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's quite good.
That's great. I'm really glad that you've chosen us and you're having a great experience with us and you've had a few payouts. That's like it's music to my ears. I like to see happy traders and especially ones that are kicking on now and progressing. So was there any key moments where you felt like, right, okay, trading is really clicking for me? Or did you come in and you kind of already knew how to trade anyway? So it was quite easy for you because you've been using brokers?
Well, I already knew how to trade, but it was not something that I was doing consistently because I did not see it as an opportunity where I could make money. But now, with using yourselves, getting that funded account, now I can trade with more money. The potential for me to even make more money is there. I mean, if there are other traders out there struggling to raise funds, whatever, I mean, I highly recommend that they try out TraderScale. Or if you have had a bad experience elsewhere, just try TraderScale. And if anything goes wrong as well, they're very transparent to explain to you if there's any breach. They will explain to you what is happening.
Yeah.
I mean, they will advise you immediately straight away. So yeah, I find it very, very quite transparent, good to use.
That's really great. That's really great. So we're just trying to make it as smooth as possible, and the rules are there to be, it's just to instill discipline in your trading, and discipline in your life. I was just talking with a professional hedge fund trader 2 weeks ago, and he was like, prop firms are kind of a necessity because without the rules, traders don't know how to manage risk. They don't know what risk is. Like, you get, when you just start with a broker, for example, traders like myself when I was younger, my bad, I would be like, oh, well, I've put £700 in there now and I can risk £200 on that trade. It's just not going to work, So I really like the prop firm model. I'm glad you like TraderScale's model. I think we're pretty fair and transparent, and our support is pretty bang on it, I would say. I'm glad you've had no issues with that. So tell us about the moment you hit your big payout, and what was your reaction? Was you happy? Was you like, right, okay, let's keep a level head? How did you feel?
No, I was quite happy. And I was quite happy. I was like, oh yeah, great payday.
Yeah.
So let me go out and enjoy myself.
Yeah, what did you do? What did you do to celebrate?
Well, I took the missus out.
Ah, nice. You treat the wife. Yeah. Okay, fair enough. Yeah, that's fair enough. Yeah, you got happy wife, happy life, right?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, exactly, dude. That's my mother told me that when I was younger. Happy wife, happy life, and I think that's probably right. Yeah, definitely. So, how did the payout impact your life, both personally and professionally?
No, it just got me a lot more motivated.
Good man. Yeah, nice.
And I mean, a lot of people in my circle now. I mean, all the traders that I know, I've talked to them, told them about TraderScale. Quite a number of people. But the problem that I had at the time, I didn't see the feature about the referral scheme, like refer a friend.
Yeah.
So I was.
You could do that if you want, and if they can trade, it works out well,
Yeah.
After the payout, you said that you told a few of your mates, you're like, oh, this is quite like a good opportunity, obviously. Were there any like immediate changes you made to your trading, or did you just think, right, I'm going to super motivate, I'm going to keep it the same? What was your feelings about that?
No, I became a lot more consistent in terms of trading, allocating enough time to trading. So, I mean, as of last week, as compared to my previous payout, I'm expecting 5 times more.
Right, okay.
So, so it's like, So
that's good. That's good. That's a big one.
Going up.
Yes, great. That's great. That's great.
Yeah, so I mean, you can imagine if I'm saying I was top of the leaderboard, it means I was making
number one. Okay, I'm gonna keep an eye out for you, dude. If you're on that leaderboard constantly, I'll be like, where is he? Where's Oden?
Actually, my aim is actually to reach 100% profit margin.
Ooh, that would be interesting. I know one trader that does like 50% a month. Out of all the traders I've interviewed, in my previous prop firm that I used to work for doing podcasts, then he's insane. So if you can do 100%, dude, that's actually crazy.
That's my aim. That's my aim.
That is crazy, bro.
When I reach my 100% on my account, I'll look for you for another interview.
Okay, that'd be nice. Yeah, we can do like like an interview too, like how things are going and stuff like that. That would be a great a part 2 with Oden, definitely. So many viewers are aspiring traders, and it's like like yourself. You went on YouTube, you're having a little look around. You're like, some information there, some bad info, some good info. What would you say to those traders that want to make their own kind of success stories? Do you have any like advice?
My main advice, I mean one advice, not main, just one advice, is to just pick one strategy and just run with it. Okay. When I started out, I was all over the place. Looking at many different different strategies.
Yeah.
I mean, every trader will use different strategies. There are things that would work for you and which might not work for somebody else.
No, 100%, I agree.
I advise people to just focus, learn, pick your strategy, stick to it, perfect it, see the mistakes that you're making, keep just remain focused. That would be my my advice to any trader out there. If you're focused, if you're consistent, you perfect your act, and yeah, you'll be successful.
That's great, man. I'm really happy for you. You seem like a very nice guy as well. So I'm buzzing that you're doing so well and you're starting to show that consistency. So what advice would you share with those who are starting to look to break into prop firm trading that don't necessarily know about it?
It's something that is very difficult to advise anybody, but I would actually ask anyone who wants to get a funded account, to use a prop firm, to just try TraderScale.
Yeah.
I'm talking from my own personal experience and the experiences that other people have shared. And if you don't know how it goes, I mean, you reach out to the support team.
Yeah.
They tell you exactly how to go about it, how to get funded and all that, how to go through the challenges and stuff like that. So yes, I think the most important thing is just give it a try.
Perfect. That's really nice of you to say that. Our support team is pretty bang on it with getting back to people as soon as possible, making it as smooth as possible. Essentially, for anyone new coming in, we want to try and just make it as easy as possible, just to get started. Get that experience in. So, like looking back, would you say there's anything that you wish you knew before you started trading? Like when you've just like, oh God, I wish I knew that last year. Do you have any thoughts like that?
Yeah, of course. The main thing is I wish I knew that I could get funded.
Yeah, okay, that'll work. Yeah.
And I could have started much earlier, but it's never too late. So yeah.
Okay, no, it's never too late. Definitely not. Are there any trading habits or routines that helped you stay consistent? Would you say?
Yeah, of course, you just have got to be watching the market. I mean, any trader will tell you that's one habit. It's very difficult because sometimes you appear to be antisocial. Even when you're out and about, you just want to see what the markets are like. Well, but that's what it is.
My wife always goes on at me. She's like, "Oh, you're not looking at the bloody charts again." I'm like, "Well," I'm like, "Sorry, it's my life, So that's it." So for traders who may be struggling, what would you say that they maybe focus on, just as to really get a good start?
I think learning and starting slowly.
Okay.
Don't jump into it. Don't just go too heavy.
Yeah.
Manage your loss sizes, all those kind of things. But I think learning is the key. Just
good man.
You take your time. Don't rush into it. Otherwise, you lose money. You get frustrated. You give up on a wonderful opportunity. Trading is quite a wonderful opportunity that anyone can get into and make money. Yeah. But the most important thing is to learn how it all works.
Yeah.
So that you'll be able to make money out of it.
Yeah, so I think with the prop firms, they've just made it accessible to anyone. It used to just be like, oh, well, you've got to get a degree in economics, and then you've got to, and now social media with YouTube and stuff, there's free education out there, and you don't even need to purchase these courses, really. There's a lot of free, good information out there. And now with the prop firms, it's made it accessible to anyone, right? It's like a fair game, really. Yeah. So, honestly, mate, I'm buzzing that you've had a couple of payouts with us, and it's like you've had a really, really big one, which is nice, and you seem to be like you're really smashing the trading at the moment, and I'm glad that you really like TraderScale. And so I want to thank you for coming on and sharing your story, sharing your success, because when viewers watch this, it can give them some inspiration into like maybe starting or just creating their own sort of story. So I want to thank you, Oden, for coming on. And it just shows that if you have a clear strategy and you've got a good mindset and you focus, you can actually become like very profitable. So to everyone watching, remember that each journey is unique. Take inspiration and make it your own. If you found this interview helpful, make sure you like, subscribe, and share it with someone who needs this inspiration. Let us know in the comments also what part of Oden's story resonated most with you. So if you're looking to get started, also guys, check out TraderScale trading programs to see which one might fit your goals. Ciao for now.